Given that we know how many Bitcoin are mined every day, and I assume we can obtain from financial declarations how many Bitcoin from each public company is mined during the given period, can we extrapolate how much of the total Bitcoin is actually mined by the public companies and how much of the Bitcoin is mined by other sources? Yes, we can. And we built a model for that. So let's go to our miner model. This is just for March data, and those miners that haven't published March data, it may include Feb data. But typically the trend has been down, so if it does, it might be a little bit on the high side. What that means is the amount of mined by public miners in Feb is a little bit higher than that in March. But anyway, putting that aside, let's drill into these numbers. Hi, Miles in Arizona. Thank you for coming. This is from our miner model. By the way, the above is the actual Bitcoin hash, which is 695 exahash, which is crazy. Anyhow, here are the top miners ranked by their production. Top 3, Core Scientific, that just came out of bankruptcy, 906, Marathon 894, and CleanSpark 806. And then you go all the way down to Riot 520, Cypher, Bitfarms, etc. They are, when you add up all of the production for all of the public miners, except for the tiny microscopic ones that I don't look at, it's 5,906 Bitcoin in the month of March, give or take 100 Bitcoin. It's pretty accurate. So let's compare that to how many Bitcoin are mined every month. Pretty simple to do. Here, the total Bitcoin mined in March, 27,900 Bitcoin. The total Bitcoin mined by public miners, 5,906. And remember, only about 70%, maybe less of that is actually sold, depending on the month. But the miners want to hodl as much as possible and sell as little Bitcoin as possible. And the shares mined by public miners is 21.16% of the total amount. Now you ask yourself, okay, Iceman, there's nearly 22,000 of it then? 20,000 Bitcoin a month, not mined by miners? Where is that going? Well, that's the big question. We know for a fact there's mining happening in Russia, there's mining happening in China, etc. These Bitcoin mining happening in the Middle East, like Qatar and stuff, these are kind of probably government entities or very close to government entities that are mining this Bitcoin. There's mining happening in El Salvador and other places where there's a lot of abundant free energy. Ethiopia, again, what they mine is probably not going into the hands of the ETFs, and that is a big chunk. Okay, so not only are the miners hodling, but the public miners only mine 21.16%. There's 22,000 being mined elsewhere, and we don't know where that is. And that is what is super exciting. And it's hard. And I shared this actually 2 days ago from one of my Bitcoin Daily videos, which I thought was quite pertinent here to reshare again, in case you missed it. The first 4 days of April, first 4 days alone, number of Bitcoin mined, 3,600. And remember, only 21% of that is by the public miners. The US ETFs alone, the 9 of them, bought 4,470. Mr. 100 bought 2,267. Robinhood bought 700. Tether probably bought a bunch as well. I just don't have the record so far for April. And that means the deficit is nearly minus 4,000, minus 3,837. And only 3,600 were mined. And remember, a tiny fraction is from the public miners that's actually going to the market. And they're not even selling. So we have a massive, massive shortfall of 4,000 Bitcoin in 4 days. Okay. The crazy thing is the amount of Bitcoin mined in 12 days will only be 1,800 a month. Sorry, 1,800 in 4 days. Getting my numbers all mixed up here. That's why I have them on the table. That'll be halved. The deficit's going to go crazy. And that's why supply crunch, and it's gone, which apparently is from a favorite cartoon show on TV. I have seen the meme flying around, and I thought it was very appropriate for Bitcoin. Supply crunch is coming.